It's hard to properly review a game like Journey, as it's much more of an experience than an actual game. There are no leaderboards, no kill-death ratio, and only 2 real options on the title screen. Much like the developer That Game Company's previous titles like Flower or Flow, it's much more about your interaction with the world that's meant to draw something deeper than a typical platformer. Journey looks to make the same impact in providing a unique experience utilizing vivid imagery and simple game mechanics. Does the simplicity provide the memorable experience intended, or is this one story you'd like to forget? You begin the game as a robed figure sitting in the middle of a desert with no explanation of who you are or how you got there. There is no spoken dialogue and not a word of text. All you're given is a camera pan to your goal, a mountain in the distance, with a beacon of light adorning its peak. At the end of each segment of the game, you're rewarded with a small glimpse at a tapestry that assists in deciphering most of what has shaped the world around you. While a very basic understanding of a general backstory is established, much of Journey is left to self-interpretation. Your nameless entity passes by lands adorned with gravestones, living organisms that respond to your touch, and intimidating robotic monstrosities that look to impede your progress. It's an expansive and mysterious world that asks a lot of questions, but leaves the player to determine their answer. The overall mystery drives you forward, but the visual appeal of Journey is what keeps you invested in the game from start to finish. Each new area feels as though you're stepping into a painting, as the cel-shaded polish gives even empty deserts or frozen wastelands a certain allure. Subtle touches, like the free-floating scarf and resonating trail your character makes in the sand upon impact, help make Journey one of the best-looking downloadable titles to grace the PS3. Underlining this amazing look is a perfectly adapted soundtrack. Every melody complements the beauty of the world around you, or heightens those more intense moments, and it's an overall atmosphere that is unmatched and keeps you guessing as to what could come next. Gameplay is stripped down to the basics, with one button to jump and another to send out a pulse that ignites life around you. Your scarf acts as a gauge for how far and long you can sustain a jump, and this gauge is recharged by the lively cloth scattered around the world or extended through the discovery of enchanted cloth. It's a platformer at heart, with a few stealth segments and environmental hazards mixed between to keep things interesting. Despite the limited variety, the simplicity of using cloth to boost jumps and encouragement to string glides together to gracefully soar along the path never loses appeal, and the effortless platforming allows casual players to showcase elegance in every jump. Cooperative play is automatically incorporated as soon as you drop into the world. There's no voice chat, and the most interaction you get are small blips that you can send out with the pulse button. Staying close together will recharge your scarf, encouraging you to take on Journey with a friend at your side. With no notification of a player joining, it's as though you're stumbling upon a fellow traveler along the road, and embark together towards your goal. There's even a list of all players you encountered at the end credits, adding names to the predestined tribal symbol of those you encountered along the way. The anonymity is a nice touch, and with those experienced players in their 5th run through, it can feel like a wary traveler is guiding you to your destination. Your journey may be a short one, and for a $15 price tag for something that's been in development since '09, it's surprising when you finish the game in about 2.5 hours. Though it's a short-lived experience, Journey is an unforgettable one. It's one of the few games that can drop the mentality of having to defeat an enemy and exchange it for a straightforward adventure out of pure enjoyment. It's a title that sticks with you well after the credits roll, and the enticing world will soon draw you back in for another visit. Journey is a beautifully crafted game that provides a break from the typical, and is a prime example that video games are indeed art.